So Zar, here's my top tip. For deep water soloing falls, and I'm not joking when I'm saying this, this isn't me trying to sandbag you. So don't pencil immediately.
Oh God, this
because
is
no. Don't pencil immediately because you can then you'll then flip.
Right,
basically, go into almost Team America distress. So just wave your arms around, and then that'll help you keep balanced.
Right.
And then at the last minute, arms together. Do not look down because you'll hit your face. Yeah.
I was definitely feeling a bit whiplash this morning.
That's some man candy if I've ever seen it.
Oh, holy shit!
We are at the North Face Climb Festival in Canary Wharf, London. And it has got a real buzz about it today, not least because of the deep water soloing wall that is just behind us. That's going to be the centerpiece of the festival with the competition that is due to take place shortly. So traditionally, deep water soloing hasn't taken place in Canary Wharf and generally speaking not within inner city London. The history of British deep water soloing kind of begins in the likes of Dorset, Devon, or recently places like Pembroke. We've been given a chance to test out that competition climb a day early before any of the competitors arrive, and Tim, Zar and John are going to be giving it their best go to try and make it to the top, but I anticipate they're going to get quite wet.
So my experiences of deep water soloing in general is that everything above 6 meters is absolutely terrifying, which is a bit worrying because that gets you a quarter of the way up this wall basically. So I'm sort of actually thinking that Zar, having not done any, mate, I think this is a good thing. I think this is it's fresh.
I have spent the whole last couple of weeks or even months terrified, but maybe ignorance is bliss and maybe I should be a lot more scared than I am.
Have you heard the grade breakdown yet?
No, I've not.
So apparently the red is around 7A.
Right, okay, so approaching my mat.
5 meter 7A. And then it gets to 7B for the blue, 7B plus for the purple, and 7C plus for the top section, the green.
Oh my God, right, okay. Well, I'm actually kind of comforted in the fact that at least the wall will chuck me off.
Yeah.
So I don't need to get up there and then have a freak out moment in front of everybody where I don't know what to do.
Zar is actually banking on his own inability in order for him to fall off as low as he possibly can.
I mean, I'm at least twice as good as that guy though. Yeah. So,
So the lads are just about to start to head around to the wall. And there's a degree of nervous tension in the air that is hard to describe on camera. It's nice knowing you guys. I love you.
Signing a waiver that is definitely too long for me to read before I get on the wall.
Come on, Tim, I think you've got the edge on him. So Tim Hill versus James Pearson is never a thing that I thought I would see or say. Tim is representing the common man. Although judging by the state of his back and arms, he's not been slacking off. James is potentially going a little easy on him. And the hold that they've just got now looks at the slopier side, and Tim is going to be pretty keen not to let go at that angle. Bear in mind, they're like 6 or 7 meters right now. They have another, basically 10 meters to climb, and they already look high. It's like once the bubble bursts and you start thinking downwards thoughts, it weighs heavy on you, both literally and metaphorically.
Ironically, it's sometimes actually easier to climb in a route that's a little bit harder than something really easy, because when you I guess when the route's really easy, you're still okay because you know you're not going to fall. But when it's kind of like in your like normal mid-level on-site range, this is the worst.
Now this potentially is Tim's worst nightmare. Yep, no, that's that. So Tim put up a good fight there. He got to about the 10-metre mark, and it looks like a cruxy move to a pinch. And I'd say Tim had a reasonable dismount there, maybe a little forward facing, but it's hard to plan these things perfectly when you're pumped. Scotland have got the this very serious. So James, looked like he had his arms out. He sounded like he had his arms out when he landed there. So he's going to be probably pretty sore. All of these things are easier said than done. Go on, Zara. Go on, Zara, looking good. John. Who gets that bit where you just like, it's like a triangle thing. Take it steady, buddy. Nice one, Zara.
Come on, Zara! Come on, John!
Come on, John!
Come on! Go on, Zara!
Nice one, Zara. The next bit of gear is good. Elbows up.
Come on, John!
Go on, John. That's it, John. Keep on going, Jake.
Come on!
Look, Glory, if you can get
We all literally got to...
Zara, tell us, how was that?
Do you know what? We'd spoken about this one move, the gas on at the very beginning, and I just had it in my mind that I was going to just fall off then. But as soon as I was through that move, I was like, all right, I'm in now, I'm happy.
You shot up though. You were looking really good, really fluid.
I felt, to be fair, like it did feel amazing. I kind of loved it. It's one of those funny experiences where you like soak something up so much in your head.
It's pretty impressive watching the pros. You know, I know they've got like probably a load more in their arms than us, but so composed. Like James Pearson was like unbelievably composed. Like.
So let's talk a bit about how this competition is going to work. We're going to kick off with qualifying, where there's 150 athletes or lunatics climbing on that wall over there, and they're going to be aiming to get to the top, but not only aiming to get to the top, but they're going to be wanting to do so as quickly as possible in order to get through to the next round, which is seeding.
Yeah. So that 150 athletes are going to be boiled down to the top 30 men, the top 30 women, and then those top 30 of each gender are going to be seeded as the top 16 based on yet another round of climbing. So again, looking to get to the top of the wall and to do it as fast as possible. So initially it's how high you get, and let's say that everyone reaches the top. It's the fastest 16 that then go into the next round, which is semi-finals.
And the semi-finals are going to feature a different and most likely harder route. So this is again the top 16 women, the top 16 men, and from there the fastest times, or if people don't reach the top, the people who get the highest go through to the finals.
So the finals is the final 4 men and the final 4 women. There's going to be 2 rounds, so essentially head to head, and then the fastest 2 times from either of those rounds go into like a grand final, and then those 2 will compete again for the overall title at the Climb Festival.
And it's as simple as that.
I think it's amazing to see the difference in qualifiers. The actual true athletes getting on the wall is a big step up from all of us lot in media trying yesterday. The women's was earlier this morning and was like an amazing display of just what true female athletes are capable of. The men's, there is some incredible physiques, probably the most impressive thing about the men's.
Sam Lineker putting those biceps to good use. Years old, taking it to the top. That is 47 years of beefcake right there, baby. Pull it over the wall. That's some man candy if I've ever seen it. 3, 2, 1. Legendary.
They're just getting into that rhythm of trying to like speed things up, because on the next round it'll be head-to-head racing. We did a calculation yesterday and we reckoned, didn't we, that like basically jumping 17 meters, which is the height of the wall plus like the bit to the water, by the time you hit the water and jump off the top, you're at 40 miles an hour, which is pretty nuts.
Yeah, and some of the people as well that are jumping, they're just missing out on that spray. So they're not getting that break in the surface tension. So when they're hitting the water, it's quite an impact.
I spoke to some of the lads this morning that like, because the lads did a good job of all jumping from the full 17 meters, and basically everyone, including like the guys that are really experienced, are like, oh, my back's a bit sore, and like the compression of like hitting the water at 40 miles an hour is ridiculous.
You can already tell from the women's semis just now as well, not as many people are jumping from the top. They're taking the ring down just to make sure they're in good shape for the finals, and I think that's going to be the same with the men's.
It's hard again.
Zoe pushing through.
Just the higher you get, the higher the stakes get. I'm sure the more mental it gets for these competitors. But these are, you know, some of the best climbers in the world. You can really just see the poise, blowing chalk off their hands, moving up to the next moves. Just a walk in the park here at the North Face Climb Festival. Zoe Wood. Oh! Out of nowhere. Zoe's out of there.
Well, yesterday it was all quite secure, and I felt like if you kept your cool, you could just make it to the top. Whereas today, some of those holes are pretty bad.
Yeah, it seems much less secure, much more dynamic. People are coming off much lower down as well. The splashes and the way in which people are falling in is a bit more exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, and from the floor, I was speaking with some of the wads, and they were like, yeah, this one will be a jerk, and you can just have a little shake out. And I got there, I was like, this is not a jerk. This is not a jerk. It's slopey.
Start it up.
Let's go. Wow. Oh, the guy takes the lead with a powerful move to the red side. Making history, going to never before start there and come down and
So we've just seen Zoe Peterman's topping out the seeding round route of the North Face ClimbFest. It's definitely a much harder route. It's definitely not a giveaway, this route.
It came a lot later in the competition today. Yesterday, Francis Bensley came out and just straight to the top.
Yeah.
Today, obviously, the route's a lot harder. It's not just, there's more of a mental game in it, but it took quite a while until we saw the first top out, and it was really exciting. You know, you started to kind of feel like, whoa, like, are people going to get to the top? How hard is it up there? And then, yeah, once you see that for the first time, like, okay, right, here we go.
And on the right, we have Filippo Galanti.
Filippo Galanti and Emil Abrahamsen. Emil on the left, Filippo on the right. Emil on the left taking the lead, an early lead. Of course, we've seen that, you know, lead doesn't matter unless you take it to the top, so it's too early to say. But I'm hoping to see some more tops here. Emil engaging in the show-stopping 360. Does he have the guns? Yes, he does. No, he does not. Nobody wants to backslide into the river. Holy moly. Facing the audience, can't be for glory.
And Rob showing why he's a champion of this discipline already, am I right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the past champion in Chicago, I believe. So yeah, no stranger to deepwater solo competition, and putting in a solid time, it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. I think Ross is here to win.
I mean, you know, these guys didn't just come to play around. They came to dominate, to win, to get the fast time, to get the challenge.
Good work from Jim Pope on that dyno move. But I think we're going to see a drop from Ross here. Yeah.
Ross got it, and probably an excellent time. Curious to know. And he has just one move to go here, folks. Let's cheer on Jim Pope as he takes it to the summit of the North Bay's Climb Festival. Deepwater solo competition at its finest.
1 minute 55.
Yeah, here we go, I love it. I want to see more of that. Jim Pope, 3, 2, 1, on. Oh, holy shit! A one-arm pull-up. Save it for the comp.
There was definitely a lot more dynamic movement. The route seemed a lot harder, like straight off the ground as well.
Yeah. There was a lot more people coming off earlier, like lower down. The movements were way more dynamic. It just felt like it was also like not as solid. There's not as many in-cut holds, so people were definitely just like not quite sure. There was a bit more jeopardy involved.
Yeah, for sure.
As they were going to different holds. It was quite exciting to watch because like yesterday when people were coming off, it often felt like it was a bit more in control. They were getting to a point and maybe just like, okay, this is me. But now, like, obviously there's much more at stake and people are going for stuff. And then coming off and having to really correct themselves as they're coming into the water, it's quite exciting.
It definitely feels as though yesterday, if you were strong enough, you could strength your way through every single move. Whereas today, even if you've got all the strength in the world, there's still going to be moments, like 2 or 3 moments throughout the route, where basically you're going to have to snatch a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And like those moments are really, really tense. And especially like the final moves, the final hold seems like it's a little bit of a reach. So actually even going for that at the very top of the wall, it's like a super tense moment.
I mean, I really don't want to take a lob up there. And it's slopey enough up there that if you're like really going hell for leather in a race, like there's every chance you could slip off up there. So I don't know, I think it's going to be a tricky mental game to try to balance between trying to win and like a bit of self-preservation as well.
One last week and she's got it, folks. Here almost in a tie again. Luis coming from behind. It is a dead heat. It is anybody's game. Who will get to the top first?
They are neck and neck here, folks. Let's cheer them on. Who's going to go?
Angie. Luis.
Come on, Angie.
Who will it be? Oh,
Come on,
Luis. I don't even know what just happened. So let's cheer them on as they try to grab a spot on the podium. Who wants it more? Who has what it takes? It's anybody's guess right now because they are neck and neck.
Barely any hesitation. They know their sequence. They know what to do.
Oh, what a scene.
Keeping it together. And pulling ahead just by a hold.
But back to neck and neck. I'm watching years of climbing. It's anybody's guess who's going to take it to the top. It's going to be a photo finish. It is a ballistic battle for glory here at the North East Climb Festival. the deep water solo. Let's hear it. It's the battle for the summit. Who's going to take it? Who's going to win? Louise down. Louise moving on by a whisker, by a millimeter. Oh, she's thinking about jumping. That's the try. I think you should. I think you should. Oh yes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Luis, you badass. Delayed. 3, 2, 1. See ya! Incredible. Very bold. Very badass. I mean, what an incredible race we have here. But you know what? Julia is from a different planet. It's like somebody forgot to turn the gravity on the right side, because she is floating, flying up this route, skipping holds. Just cruise control is set, folks. Oh! Meanwhile, Niaha takes a horrifying 360, setting the pace, setting a new record, cruising her way to the summit. A beast, a legend, a badass. Look at her go. Come on, Julia, let's speed this up. You can go faster than that. Come on. Rushing here. Julia, let's cheer for her. Come on. Somebody has been doing their pull-ups. Max on the left, Sam on the right, and it's literally mirror image climbing right now. Anybody's game. Who knows who's going to top this first?
Not enough synchronized climbing here.
I've heard of synchronized swimming, but we're seeing synchronized climbing. This is going to be down to milliseconds, folks. Let's cheer them on. Down to the wire. Who's going to grab the finishing hold? I mean, got it, folks. He's got it atop here. Let's hear it. Fantastic job. This is it, folks. The main event. What we came for. The best climbers in the world. Racing for glory. Racing for the summit. Nathaniel Coleman's pulling slightly ahead, but it's anyone's game. They're neck and neck. Who will get it? Who will win? Nathaniel by a hair currently, but again, he's back in the mix. Nathaniel ahead by a whole, by a second, by a millisecond.
Let's keep the energy high, guys.
Come on. That's right. It's anyone's game. But is it Nathaniel Coleman on the way? Janet Kruger in a proud second position. Not quite able to get that top position like his sister, but a solid performance. Hug at the summit. Feeling some relief. Yes! What an accomplishment! What an effort! Fantastic!
Wow, that was sick.
In 3, 2, 1, go! And I can't think of a better way to finish off the competition. The two legends.
So that brings an end to our 3 days down here in Canary Wharf at the North Face Climbing Festival. It's been an amazing 3 days. You've had workshops, talks, you've had a small bouldering wall, a big DWS wall, films, food, music. It's been an incredible 3 days. Massive congratulations to all the athletes who took part, especially the winners, but everyone who got on the wall. It takes a lot to get on a wall like that, and huge credit to North Face for pulling the whole thing off.
I am so pleased to announce to our 2024 North Face Climb Festival Women's Champion, Julia Kruder. Come on! Let's cheer for Julia! Come on over here, Julia! Incredible. She's actually superhuman. Here's your check. Congratulations again. Folks, let's give it up for all of our female athletes today. Our 2024 North Face Climb Festival champion is our very own Nathaniel Coleman. I gotta say, I'm so proud of Nathaniel. He's had quite a bit of deep water solo experience in the competition realm, but this is his first championship win. Dude, good job. Stoked for you. Who votes for Nathaniel as the next slider?